welcome to this very special show this Diwali. We're calling it The Consumer Wears Prada. Now, we're at a crossroads of consumer culture today. Gone are the days where quality and brand value took a backseat. Today, we're about to embark on an exhilarating conversation that explores the ever-thrilling world of consumer trends. We're at a juncture where wallets are opening wider, the allure of premiumization shines brighter, where fancy brands and flashy adverts play a captivating role, all against the backdrop of an unprecedented surge in spending power. We'll take you through a 360-degree view of the consumer space, from realty and footwear to jewelry and automobiles. It's a narrative that redefines the way we shop, the way we indulge, and the way we experience the world of consumption. Welcome to The Consumer Wears Prada, where we'll chat about the premiumization trend that's been taking over the consumer segment right now. Joining me today for this, who better than Safir Anand, strategist and investor. Safir, hi, welcome to ET Now. And when we were struggling who to call for Consumer Wears Prada, your name was right on top of the list. Happy Diwali, firstly, from all of us here.
Happy Diwali to all of you and to all the viewers. I'm so glad that you thought of me in a context that is more to do with consumer and not devil wears Prada.
Well, Prada, of course, Safir here, is a connotation, is a metaphor for how the customer has actually gone from every sector, right? Be it real estate, automobiles, clothing, footwear. Across the board, we've actually seen the aspiring Indian vouch for a little more, aspire for a little more. And that theme, in a way, has played out very well for equities as well.
And I feel that this is just the start of it. What is essentially happening is that we have all become a Jekyll and Hyde in our own lives in a way. We have an overexposure to digital. And that overexposure to digital is now causing a desire in people to have real life experiences. And in that effort of having real life experiences, whether it is travel, whether it is spending on luxury goods or consumer goods, whether it is cars or anything that is more to do with experience, that balance is being struck off. And people are getting more and more enamored by the fact that, after having experienced COVID and these lockdowns, they want to make sure that they catch up fast in life. So that's a segment that, according to me, is at the verge of multi-years of growth.
But it's interesting, Safir, that you say that, right? Because food inflation as well in the year gone by has hit us hard. We've sort of been very conscious and paid attention to what's the price of onion and tomatoes there. But when buying cars, when buying high-end homes, that's clearly not been a consideration. Does it come as a surprise that the Indian, consumer is willing to loosen their purse strings?
No, it doesn't come as a surprise. It's like you have 100 rupees to spend on multiple purposes. It's that the priorities of people are changing now. Many people are now getting, for example, if you are well-to-do and you have good savings and they're encashing some part of the savings for this. And on the other hand, if you do not have the immediate means to buy this, there are forms of systematic, sort of those installments, EMIs, that are enabling people to get the sort of experiences that they have longed for. So what has happened is that we are all in a world of social media where there's so much of gratification in terms of likes and, the wow factor and how that video of, its wow has now become also very trendy. And people are just latching on to their wow experiences and the likes. So either they are doing it by direct spending or by EMIs.
Yeah. Looking like a wow has been trending, hasn't it? It's gone viral. But Safir, let's, now focus on individual segments. And I want to talk about real estate here. In the realm of real estate, a notable shift has emerged as people seek to transform their homes into not just living spaces, but opulent retreats. The allure of more expensive homes with amenities and clubhouses has never been stronger. In fact, home buyers are increasingly investing in properties with an elevated lifestyle, where the residence itself is a statement of luxury. We've seen across the board, not just in Delhi, but in Mumbai as well, how some of these premium properties have been selling like hotcakes within days of their official launches. But, just talking a little bit specific, right, Safir here, There is, of course, the largest player within the listed universe, and then there are smaller regional players also, which are getting very big. And then there are those which are now diversifying into other markets. I mean, cases in point being a Prestige or a Sobha as well, for instance, or a Godrej Properties. Where do you bet on in case you've missed out on the complete rally that took place in the realty segment in the year gone by?
Well, you bet initially on the sector itself, and then you segregate the valuations and the sort of governance standards that the companies have. Because in the past, real estate could have carried a sort of a little bit of a mild reputation when it came to cash deals. But because of the onset of stamp duty being online, because of the onset of several initiatives that have been taken in respect of circuit rates, because of the funding that is setting in from the NBFCs or the banks on real estate, etc., the entire paradigm is now changed, and people are not reluctant now to buy the properties at the sort of prices that are, on paper as opposed to off paper. So you have to look at a basket of stocks there, not a single segment. It's very difficult to sort of just pinpoint and say Delhi or Mumbai will do well. I'll give you an example, like Shobha, as an example, comes from Bangalore. And typically somebody will think that with the slowdown in the IT sector, Bangalore should see a slowdown in real estate. But having visited Bangalore, I found that a lot of buying in Bangalore is happening from Hyderabad, or it's happening from non-IT sectors. For example, infra players or hoteliers. There was an article recently in Economic Times that spoke about how HNIs themselves are now buying small niche hotels, and they're sort of venturing out. So profitability is the derivation for your expenses. And if you are profitable in whatever you're doing, then you're more inclined to sort of spend. And that is exactly how it's playing out. Unexpected consequences coming in from industries that are not so obvious is where the driving force is.
Like in other categories, Indian customers in the auto market are also moving more and more towards premiumization, where cars are now loaded with features and top-end models are sold more than other models. However, in the category of luxury cars, there are few trends which are emerging, including the trend of silent luxury. Sumit Chaturvedi caught up with Mercedes-Benz India MD and CEO Santosh Iyer to understand the new trends emerging in the car market.
So, many of these customers are not typical C-Class customers, because they definitely in C-Class also we have a C300D for the performance enthusiasts. The AMG customer is a different base. These customers, firstly, you have a new trend called silent luxury, where they don't want the cars to look very different, but they want to enjoy the car. And AMG is the best of all worlds. So when you go around in this car, it's like a C-Class. Of course, you have an AMG badge behind, the AMG styling and the AMG body kit, but still it's not a very different looking car on the road, but it performs exceedingly well as a performance machine. It has all the AMG genetics. So these are more targeted at young customers who drive their own car to work. They love their cars, they love performance driving. At the same time, they want luxury. So it's the best, I would say, combination of both the worlds. So it's not a normal C-Class customer who generally goes for the AMG.
So silent luxury, that was a trend overseas, is now fast catching up in India as well. That's what you want to say.
That's why the success of AMG clearly signifies that, because they are just performance car in a different avatar when it comes to the normal cars that we have. So be it the C, or even when I have the worldwide, we have the GLE 53 AMG, for example, and many other AMGs. They are all derivatives out of the production car, which now has gone the AMG genetics. So this car is not developed in Mercedes-Benz. This car is developed in AMG, in Affaltabad. So though the car has the C-Class shell and it has the genetics of C-Class, but it is all developed as per AMG standards.
Safir, so much like real estate, we've seen the premiumization trend play out within autos as well, right? And I'm purely going to talk about the passenger vehicle market here, because you're seeing even the likes of Maruti and Tata Motors offering newer models within the slightly upper end segment, as opposed to the completely affordable, passenger cars that they earlier had. You think this is a trend which one can still catch on to?
Yes, I do think it's a trend. And as a consumer, if I was to question, would I do it? The answer is yes. And there are many reasons for this. First of all, the time being spent in the cars is increasing. And which therefore means that when you're spending more time on the road, you would be inclined towards luxury. And some of these cars have graduated away from being basic cars into more luxurious models, whether they are in the form of leather or Napa seats, or they're in the form of the entertainment systems that they carry, or even in terms of ambient lighting and other features. The second is the human desire for safety, because now all lives are becoming more and more precious, particularly with the onset of the kind of problems that are happening all around the world and the kind of miseries that it carries. People want to leave all that baggage behind and be more secure about within their own setup. So these new level cars come with a lot of safety. They cut out a lot of noise. We are overexposed to noise pollution all around. Right now, for example, with the air quality concerns, if now a car comes and says that our air quality is in double digits as opposed to the high three digits that Delhi and Mumbai experiences, then people will say I'll attach that as a premium factor. So these technology companies, and Mercedes being one of them, since you referred to Mercedes, are all moving towards enhanced customer experience between all these factors and creating more and more desire.
Well, all that glitters is indeed gold this Diwali, or should we say diamonds as well. Another premiumization trend we're seeing is in the jewelry space, where people are opting for bigger and more expensive diamonds. They do say that diamonds are a girl's best friend, and this is visible now more than ever before. In fact, this shift towards premiumization in the jewelry segment is not limited to size alone. It also extends to the entire experience of acquiring and wearing these exquisite pieces. It's a reminder that in the world of jewelry, bigger truly can be better. And experience is just as precious as the gems themselves. Aishwarya Patil takes us through exactly this trend. I don't know if I can call it problem or not, but it's pretty much a monopolistic sector when it comes to the jewelry market out there within the listed universe. Sure, it's broadening now with some of the recent players as well getting listed. But is that the way to go, really? Or would you say stick to gold ETFs?
Well, gold ETF is a very different form of investment vis-a-vis, for example, buying gold or a diamond, and therefore the two consumer segments are very different. As an example, as an investor, if I fancied gold, I would probably do a gold ETF. But as a consumer, I would definitely look at what is in the market, and whether it's diamonds or it is polkis or whatever interests you, you will look at that. The interesting thing here is that India has in the past been a very large gold market, and therefore they bought gold for many reasons, including stability and passing off from one generation to the other, marriages, and just the convenience of liquidity. But now, having reached a basic level, there will be a value added there. And the value added would be the design skills that some of the players will carry. So now it will be about differentiation of, the kind of necklace that you want, or the kind of earrings that you want. And there, the skills of the larger players are more equipped, because they have not only reached the level of, having a huge network, but they have huge capabilities, whether it is computer-aided designs or manual designs. And this entire transformation will happen by the value-added sector. And that is one of the reasons why, when you look at gold and you say step up, the step up is going to come in from many of these segments.
So bet on the obvious one, the biggest, largest with a proven track record, Titan within the sector, you think?
Well, Titan doesn't let us speak, because they let the numbers speak. So all you do is you just keep reading the numbers. And every year, Titan has been a growth story. It's a phenomenal company with a very powerful brand. And the good part about the management is that the management is as hungry today as they were many years back. And you find every year they innovate. So Titan has a lot of things going for itself. It'll be very interesting to see how they capture the diamond market, having done exceptionally well in the gold market.
Well, we'll take a very quick commercial break on that note, but come right back. You don't want to miss out anything on Consumer Wears Prada. Diwali is a festival of happiness and lights. In the festive season, many people are also opting to give a new look to their homes. People want to brighten their homes with new age, stylish, trendy and tech-enabled lights. What's interesting is that you can draw your curtains, change the ambient lighting and even control a lot of other interior functions as well at just the touch of your fingertips via apps. For more, let me take it across to my colleague Sameer Dikshit, who's actually experienced one of these tech-enabled homes, and he joins in for more.
Diwali, the festival of light, and the trend suggests that now people want to decor their home with more bright lights, with more colorful lights, and that too they can easily control with the help of an app. So that is a tech-savvy sort of feature. And right now we are here at an experience center, and let me show you that how with the technology, with the help of an application, one can easily control these lights and can change the mood of the entire room. So over here, if you see, these are the curtains, and these curtains could be easily opened or closed by just click of a button. So as you can see, no physical intervention, but yes, these curtains are easily open up, and one wants to set the tone or the mood, that could easily be done. And if you see, the lights are changing, and these are changing as per the condition of the day. Suppose it is a sunny day, that could easily be done. Depending on your mood, these lights could easily be controlled. And not just these lights, if you see, the flat culture has shown that how the people, they are also changing the interior designing, and similar to these lights can also be easily controlled with the help of an app. So that's the app, and these app can, by the use of this app, one can easily, if you see, they can control, they can close the curtain, open the curtain, change the lighting mood, everything.
Safir, I don't know about yours, but my home is definitely waiting for an upgrade like that. But you think that's another theme that one could look at?
No, definitely it is. And, once you start experiencing it, you want to then move on to the next. So while you're giving an example of a button that would, for example, work your curtains or things of that sort, I think we are on the onset of the entire machine learning and artificial intelligence, and a lot of these technologies will become voice prompted. So it's just like what happened with Siri and Amazon and other things, and it's happening in cars. I mean, you spoke about Mercedes, and Mercedes has a beautiful feature called Hey Mercedes, where the car enables a lot of actions without you requiring to press buttons. So there will be a movement towards more luxury, which is voice enabled. Then there will be haptic technologies, which is fingerprinting. And you'll say that, certain parts which are to do with securities, for example, door locks and many other things will work on haptic technologies. And then there will be a new feeler, which is to do with this entire ambient system and how you can transform your house without needing to change the lights. So there will be companies that adapt to that. Already the LED technology did very well. Now there will be other beneficiaries. For example, I always say that no matter whatever automation you talk about in the homes, there'll be a huge segment for wires and cables, because you will also have to take on loads, you'll have to take on safety, you'll have to take on special gadgets that require these circuit boards and ICs. so many other things. So there's a whole, which is benefits electronics. So there's a whole segment there that is going through transformation, not just the obvious names of furniture and tiles and other things.
Well, in a world where fashion is a canvas for personal expression, a select group of individuals have also raised the stakes, choosing to adorn themselves with nothing less than the creme de la creme when it comes to designer footwear. In fact, in this exclusive realm, it's not just about shoes, it's about making a statement. My colleague Vinny Motiwala tried some of these trends across the footwear sector.
Luxury, luxury, and only luxury. That's the trend that we have seen post-COVID, where luxury market has seen a sharp growth, not only in India, but across the globe. And today, we are at the Jio World Plaza Mall in Mumbai, where prestigious brands redefine style and elegance in the country. And in the world of luxury, the footwear segment has seen a remarkable growth in India. Looking at some of the numbers, 2021 to 2022, in that year, India footwear luxury market saw a 72% growth. And since then, 2022 to 2023, the market saw a steady rise of 4%. As India becomes the 5th largest retail destination internationally, we have seen these global brands, international giants coming into India to grab this opportunity that the Indians are giving in the luxury market. According to details and data coming in from Euromonitor International, where they are saying that India luxury market is expected to be at $8.5 billion in 2023, which is a substantial increase from 2021 of $2.5 billion. Also, what's more astonishing is what Bain & Co.'s reports currently suggested, recent reports suggested that by 2030, they expect the luxury market in India to be at a staggering, a robust $200 billion. So the luxury market is booming.
Safir, I know Vinny was completely ogling over the likes of Jimmy Choo as well as Valentino. But you know, this premiumization trend has even played out for the likes of a Bata and a Metro shoes as well, right? You think this is also the other theme that one can look at, and more importantly, it's a very long drawn theme. You don't have to talk today, tomorrow, it's going to be relevant for the next 5 years as well.
Correct. It's like taking a rubber band that stretches too much, and you currently are not at the end where the stretch is sort of going to snap at you. If you actually go even on a road trip, you will find that unlike the past, today a lot of Indians are very well dressed within their own means. Whether they wear a shirt or they wear a trouser or they wear jeans, they are far better fashion conscious than they were in the past when they were sort of recycle the same sort of clothes. They're becoming more conscious about things. And then the brands have had very good distribution networks. So the ability of the brand to reach those people, whether it is because of the opening of franchises and licenses, or it is because of the internet and the ability to buy it online. And also the fact that they can experience a lot of things because they not only see pictures, but they have cash on delivery models and many other forms. And the social media impact, where somebody who dresses up well gets all these thumbs up from different kinds of people, sort of encourages them to believe that it is something that they should be spending on. So that onset is also applying to footwear. It's also applying to clothing. And I feel that sector is sort of coming back after many years of sort of, not doing much. And therefore, the scope of that sector should be a manifold journey.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Safir, before we wind up, I have to ask you, are those Prada glasses?
Well, these are from Italy, from a brand called Kobura, but it's I'm just trying to differentiate my own self by sort of showing that I also stay up with the trends.
Absolutely, as do all of us. And I'm sure you're going to get many thumbs up and hearts as well for those. But thank you so much, Safir, for taking the time out and helping us dissect how the consumer has been and how the consumer is likely to behave in the next year to come. And suffice to say, the consumer will always select Prada. Good chatting with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much and happy Diwali to all of you again.